That got awkward there for a minute. Paige, I love you. Don't worry about it. My name's Rich Morgan. You guys stopped clapping before I even got to the set. That was a little embarrassing. I made first step, and you guys just shut the fuck up. That was a one look, and you guys were like, "Fuck no." Good. Never mind. I'm from Boston. That's why I look like this. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I never did stand-up comedy in Boston. I only started doing it when I moved down here to South Carolina, which is weird because I don't know if you guys know this, but Boston is one of the big 4 comedy cities in the world, you know, and Charleston isn't. But we're getting there. You know? It's like I'm doing it in reverse though, you know, like if I lived here for the first 26 years of my life and then I moved to Massachusetts to catch type 2 diabetes, like, as sweet tea catches up with you, it comes at you fast. You know? There's a lot of differences between Charleston and Boston, but one of them specifically. You guys, what do you think of Massachusetts drivers? There we go. We got one. You didn't all have to answer at once, and I appreciate that you were all polite enough to let her get that in. I got news for you. You guys suck at driving. I'm sorry. Like, we were raised in the Thunderdome. Like, it was, you had to learn some shit. I learned some shit down here, which is, this is a middle city. Do you guys understand that? They're like, Charleston's not that fucking big. So when somebody cuts me off back home, like, I can just call them a waste of fucking stem cells, and they drive away. And I never see them ever again. At all, you know? Now if I do that here, because it's the same 10 motherfuckers constantly rotating around me, at any given point of any part of the day, I've now terrorized some middle-aged soccer mom on her way to drop her kids off, and I have to see her tomorrow morning on I-26, exit 203 at 6:15. I know where she'll be with her blue Subaru and her Coexist bumper sticker. I've been feud with this bitch for months. She doesn't even know I exist. But she knows what she did. Paige mentioned the apocalypse and I mentioned traffic. This will make sense in a minute. Gentlemen, what's your dream apocalypse scenario? Like zombies. See, I'm really basic bitch, man. Come on. Everybody goes with fucking zombies. There's so many TV shows and movies you fucking need. Mine's Mad Max. We're headed for fucking Mad Max, right? Like, we're all in agreement with that shit. Mad Max is coming. I want Mad Max not just because, like, all the cool shit, you know, all that death and destruction. I want it because I feel like I can still do this, you know? You've seen those movies, right? The first few cars, they get the flaming, you know, guitar guy and all that shit. They never show you the back half of that convoy. That thing goes on for a while. They're gonna run out of entertainers. Eventually it'll just be me on a jalopy like, hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Doug got a new tumor. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Fucking thing won't shut up, you know? What's the deal with all this sand? I don't fucking dig on nostalgia, even though I literally just told a joke about, hey, remember Mad Max? No, I don't like nostalgia worship. Let me put it that way. Like, if I have to see one more Facebook post with a picture of a Super Nintendo, that's like, if you had this, your childhood was awesome. It's like, really? That's all it took? I'll be good goddamn, man. I had a Super Nintendo. Did not stop my dad from smoking all that crack. Like, didn't even slow him down a little bit. The fucking legend, you know what I mean? I had all 4 Ninja Turtles, I had some Nerf guns, you know? Didn't have the Power Rangers Zordon playset, so that's probably why at 8 years old, I learned how to have a glass pipe inside of a hollowed out bottle. You know? It's a useful skill. Remember Bobbits? What a fucking useless masturbatory tool that was. I'll let it sink in, that's fine, take a minute. My dick looked like a pig's tail by the time I was 14. Twisted and bobbing. So, when I was in high school, I was dating this girl, it was a new relationship, and my father was taking me to her grandmother's house where she lived. And you ever do that thing where you're supposed to be giving somebody directions and then you forget because you get to talking and shit? And, you know, I started doing that. Like, I'm telling her about the family and the grandmother and all that. He pulls up dead in front of her house, fucking right there. And I looked at him and I went, how the fuck did you know where we were going? He goes, don't get ahead of me, fuck that. You know where I'm going. He goes, the grandmother's name, her name Kat? I mean, yeah. He goes, yeah, I used to blow with her back in the fucking 80s. I was like, oh shit. He's like, don't worry, it was well before you were born. I was like, that doesn't make it better, man. I was 16, I had to fucking learn that shit. That was rough. I had to go tell my girlfriend, after I walked into the house, a few hard truths about her life. Okay? Number one, that her grandmother used to do coke. She wasn't pleased about that, but worse that she did with my dad. They probably fucked. We didn't scratch the surface on that. That got weird. And also, her nan used to get her coke from George Young. Anybody know who George Young is? Alright, so I also had to tell my girlfriend that, like, the guy that nan got her coke from was in a shitty movie played by Johnny Depp. Like, that's a hard, I don't know what part she took worse, to be honest with you. Like, it really fucked her up. But it wasn't meant to be. But we were meant to meet. Anybody feel like that? Like, we were cut from the same line, you know? There we go, I got you back after the fucking cell phone wouldn't shut the fuck up. God damn it. Did you watch me all struggle through that? I was like, fucking answer it. Try and tell a wholesome story about my dad doing coke with my ex-girlfriend's grandmother. Shut the fuck up. No, but having a crackhead for a dad, which was not a bit, he really is a crackhead, it prepared me for my now life, because now I'm in nursing. And most of my job is just babysitting boomers who are addicted to pain medication. Like, that's what I do, you know? That's right. I don't know what you said, but shut up. Mr. Tippett, you'll get your Norco after you're done with your water pill. You know the deal, man. Like you calm down. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it up. This isn't my first day. Like, Jesus. I don't snort Norco with one of my patients. I certainly wouldn't tell you what his name is. You guys want to hear a true story of what it's like being a nurse in South Carolina? It's not great. Thank you for saying yes. So I went out to get one of my patients one day, and this man in his mid-30s, he was out there rallying against the masks. You know, he's just going off. You know, can you believe that, being asked to wear a mask in a hospital office during a fucking pandemic? What a patriot, you know? And so he's just going on and on and on, and finally my patient, come to find out, was a 74-year-old man, stood up and just shit this dude down. Like, just fucking railed into him about how he was a nom and all this, and like how much of a soft snowflake this kid had to be to fucking wear a thin piece of cloth over his face for 5 minutes. It was fucking awesome. He got cheers and shit. The guy stormed out. I grabbed my patient, I bring him back. I was like, you know, thanks for that. I appreciate that. Not a lot of people take our side of shit. We're just doing policy, you know. He goes, COVID, man, it's gonna go on forever. I was like, I know, it's rough. It feels like forever, man. He goes, well, you know, that's just God's punishment for the gays. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, okay, Dale. Just gonna get your blood pressure done now. We're done talking. I want to tell you one last story real quick. I got kicked out of the DARE program when I was a kid. That shouldn't be a fucking surprise, right? Remember DARE? Remember earlier when I said I don't like nostalgia? Remember DARE? So the DARE officer came in and he held up his little briefcase and I rose my hand because I thought it was a pop quiz and not a demonstration. That was strike one. He then opened it up and I started ridiculing him. Motherfucker had Quaaludes. I went to school in the 90s. Do the fucking math. Update your resume. Like, holy shit. I was trying to break them open. I could sell them to my father, you know? That was strike two. And then he started describing freebasing and he got it wrong, and that's how you get a second recess in the 6th grade. I've been Rich Morgan. Thank you.